happens. I gotta go to bed soon. I got class so early.
I'm getting promoted soon. I don't need to worry about class right now.
Cap KG is requesting. Let's see what he wants.
Yo, Ben, why are you saying you can't debate? Why are you saying you can't debate for 2 weeks, but you want a TikTok live, nigga? Let's be serious.
I came up to chat. I told the host that.
No, dude, we could debate right now. Where is Kylo at? Hold on. Host, can you rise Kylo, please?
If you need a mod, let me know. I don't.
We could debate right now, dude, because you talking about some, oh, I can't debate for 2 weeks. You want a TikTok live, dude.
All right.
Yo, I told you, I don't know if you heard, like, maybe you have an incapability of listening, but I kind of have to go to bed. And like,
Oh, so you're trying to run now. Okay, got it.
I'm not running from Cap.kg, bro. If you want someone to debate, I could get somebody in here for you.
Ben,
Wait, Capp,
yo,
what's your stance on abortion?
Yeah, I'm pro-choice, but I'm interested in debating the host.
Oh.
Ben would win in a 2v1? Yeah, that's just false. We've already beat him multiple times, but regardless,
all right, man. Do you have an argument for pro-choice?
Yeah, just basic error theory, that's fine. Do you want to debate me?
That's not an argument for pro-choice.
If error theory is true, then pro-choice is true. There you go. Affirm the antecedent. Modus ponens.
All right, and what's the argument for that?
Which premise?
That conditional statement.
Yeah, pro-choice is just going to be defined as the thesis that abortion is not wrong. Obviously, an intent from error theory would be that all moral propositions are going to be false. So we could take some moral proposition like abortion is morally permissible.
You just self-destructed yourself, moron.
How?
You just said because error theory is the view that all moral propositions are systematically false. You gave a moral proposition, and you affirmed that proposition, and that proposition must be systematically false.
One more proposition that I have.
You're terrible, dude.
Wait, one more proposition that I... One more proposition that I have. I said abortion's not wrong.
You said abortion is not wrong. Are you serious? That is a negative moral proposition. Are you?
No, that's a negation of a moral proposition, which is abortion is wrong. It's the negation.
No, it's not a negation of.
I think it's not the case that abortion's not wrong.
Wait. That's another blunder. It's not a negation of a moral proposition. Listen. A negation of a proposition is where you negate some affirmation of a proposition that's already correlated. Okay.
Yeah, it's not the case that abortion is wrong. There you go.
Stop. When you contain a negative in a proposition, it's not a negation of a proposition, like such that it's a contradiction to an affirmation of a proposition. What it is that it's a negative proposition. That's still a moral claim, you fucking...
It's not the case that abortion is wrong. There you go. That's a negation of a proposition.
It's
now,
not
can we
the
debate?
case. It's not the case that abortion is wrong. And okay, so...
That's a negation of the proposition abortion's wrong.
Okay, so, and do you think that that is an affirmation of a moral claim?
It's a negation of a moral claim, right? It's the not operator with P, and P stands for abortion is wrong, right? You're negating that proposition. It is not the case that abortion's wrong. There you go. Now, do you actually want to debate?
So it's not the case. Okay, so it's not the case that abortion is wrong. Okay, let's just analyze this. And what's the argument for that?
If error theory is true, then it's not the case. Affirm the antecedent modus ponens. There you go.
Okay, can you give an argument structurally for premise one?
For premise one? Yeah, premise one, we could say something. Well, you want an argument for the conditional?
Yeah, that's what
Do you want an argument for the conditional?
Yeah, that's what I asked for.
Yeah, if error theory is defined as the thesis that all moral... we could just say something like, if all moral propositions are systematically false, then the moral proposition abortion is wrong would also be false, right?
And what is a moral proposition?
Yeah, some proposition and where we're predicating some property wrongness to some subject. There you go.
Predicating some property wrongness to some subject in the proposition abortion is wrong. That contains a subject and wrongness in the proposition. So when you say abortion is not wrong, that's still a proposition. That's a moral proposition. That right there is systematically false.
No, I said it's not the case that abortion is wrong.
You suck.
Are you stupid?
You're terrible. Delete the app. You literally just fucking lost in 5 sentences.
Wait, how
You're
did I
off
lose? How
your
did I
shit.
lose? How did I lose?
Okay, so you, as your own accord, everybody listen to you. You defined moral propositions as something with wrongness and a proposition with a subject and a predicate. Not wrongness is still some moral proposition in the way you uttered it.
No, it's
And
not.
because, no, it's not. Yo, you're
Because you're
fucking
not predicating
terrible.
a property
You're
wrongness,
terrible.
right? You're
Yo,
predicating a negation.
yo, I need you to go
Are you
back to the
stupid?
papers, twin. You suck.
Wait,
You're fucking
you're
awful.
actually this low tier? I just want to
Why
make
do
this
you
clear
think
for the
everybody
audience.
in the chat? Why do you
I
think
just want
everybody
to
in the
make this
chat?
clear.
Why do you
Wait,
think
stop
everybody in the
talking.
chat is saying it's embarrassing for you? You suck.
No one's
Don't ever try to
yeah.
appeal to
Only
audience
one
that
person
makes
said
you
it's
look
embarrassing.
stupid.
Stop coping.
Yo,
Stop
I
coping.
just want to make
But
it clear
look,
for the audience. The audience doesn't care about what you
when
think.
we
You
say
look
it's not the
stupid.
case that abortion is wrong, right? We're not predicating wrongness to any subject. You would agree?
You're not predicating
Would you agree
wrongness
to
to
that?
any
Yes or no?
subject. I'm sorry, can you repeat that? I didn't
When
listen
we
to
say
your
it's not the
nonsense.
case that abortion is wrong, are we well, I could just ask, do you agree that we're not predicating the property wrongness to some subject? Would you agree with that?
I don't know what you mean by that. What do you
Are
mean by that?
in that proposition, are we predicating the property wrongness? Are we saying that any subject has that property?
Well, that's irrelevant to how
Can
you
you
define
answer that,
moral.
please?
It's
Yes or no,
irrelevant.
low tier? Yes or no?
That's a complete
Yes or
red
no,
herring.
dude? Yes or no,
Complete
dude?
red herring.
Yes or no, dude?
Complete
Yes
red
or no?
herring.
Come on.
Why
Just
should I
answer the
that?
question.
Complete red herring.
Just answer the question, dude.
Why should I answer a fallacious question? Complete
Yeah, when
red
you say
herring.
should there, you presuppose some normative coherency within some normative theory in which I can just take conceptual error theory about that. But regardless, can you just answer the question?
No,
So you're not going to answer the question.
I'm not going to
Now
answer
let
a
me
question
explain
that's a
why
red
this
herring.
question
Yeah,
is going to be
I'm not going to answer a
aerothetically
question
valid.
that's
Hold
a.
on. Stop
I'm
talking.
not
Let
going
me
to answer a
explain why the
question that's a red
question.
herring.
Stop talking. Let me explain why the question is going to be aerothetically valid, right? The reason why this question is going to be valid is because from the onset, right, I said that a moral proposition is some proposition where
I
you're
didn't ask you
predicating
if it's
the property
aerothetically
wrongness.
valid. You're
Stop talking. I'm
schizoing
not
about.
finished. Stop
You're
talking, bitch.
schizoing
You're my
about
slave.
something I
Stop
didn't ask you
talking.
to.
Stop talking. Stop talking.
I'm your
Now
slave.
look,
Why are you
I said
projecting?
a
Are you
moral
okay?
proposition. Stop talking. I said a moral proposition is the
Mm-hmm.
type of proposition where you're predicating the property wrongness to some subject. You want to say the proposition, it is not the case that abortion is wrong, is predicating the property wrongness to some subject, which is clearly not.
Mm-hmm.
So then it's not going to be a moral proposition under my semantics,
Okay,
right?
and
Do
why
you
is it the
understand that
case?
now?
Okay, and why is it the case that
Do you understand that
everything is
now?
okay? Even if I granted that,
Which you
even
are going to
if I
grant,
granted,
right? You're going to walk back the
no,
claim
I'm
that it's a moral proposition now, right?
I'm
Right?
not
Then
granting
don't
that.
do this. Come on.
I'm not granting that. Look, what's the argument
Okay,
for the
what about my
second
argument
premise?
was wrong? What in my explanation of why it's not a moral proposition is wrong? What in my explanation did I get faulty?
I just told you I'll grant this for the conversation. Why don't you give an
No, but
argument for the
you're
second
still
premise?
saying it's false. So we need to understand
No, I
why it's
didn't. No, I
false.
didn't. No, I
But
didn't.
you're granting it as true.
Yeah,
So
that's
you're
what I
walking
just
back the
said.
claim that it's not a moral proposition.
That's what I just said, moron. Good
Perfect.
job. I'm glad
Perfect.
you pushed back.
You're getting beat the fuck up right now. But yeah, go ahead and make your point.
I'm getting beat the fuck up, but you're embarrassing yourself. What's the argument for the second
Go ahead
premise?
and make your point.
Yeah, what's the argument for the second premise?
The second, what error theory being true? Yeah, just the basic argument from disagreement.
Basic argument from disagreement. Do you think that's an argument, low tier?
Well, the argument is the argument from
Well, the
disagreement. If you want
argument
me to
is so an
explain,
argument is an argument.
right?
No, I'm asking you to give an argument, to capitulate the argument, not
Yeah,
say
if
what the
moral
argument.
realism were true, then it would be expected that we don't disagree on certain moral propositions. And then given the evidence, right, we see the opposite of that, right? What we do see is that across all
What's the argument
cultures,
for that?
societies, what's the argument for what?
What's the argument that it's expected on objectivism that people would agree on some hypothesis?
Yeah, because they're reason giving, right? They tell you what to do. If you
By
affirm
reason, you mean
that
what?
we have by reason, what do I mean? You don't
Yeah.
understand basic concepts such as reasons?
No, I'm asking you to tell me what a reason is, yeah. Are you an internalist about reasons? Are you saying it in a natural sense? Are you saying it in a normative conversation? Are you saying it in a dialectical norm? Which one of those are you saying?
Talking
Are you an
about
externalist about
I'm
reasons?
talking about normative properties,
You're
right? The kinds
talking
of
about
things that tell
normative
you what to
properties.
do. Yes. And I'm
The
saying,
kinds of
look,
things that
if
tell you what to do.
mm-hmm.
And what are the
I'm
kinds of
saying
things that tell you what to do? What are the things that tell you what
Look,
to do,
just
Capp?
stop meta-yapping. Stop meta-yapping. You understand the point, right? If moral realism were true, you would get stance-independent normative properties. You would agree with that so far?
If moral realism were true, you would get stance-independent moral properties. Would
Normative
get? What does that
properties.
mean? What
Normative
does that
properties.
mean? What does that
Yeah,
mean?
the type of normative properties that don't turn on any opinions, desires, or beliefs, right? They're reason giving. They tell you what to do, but they don't turn on any of those things. So it's a yes or no. Can you answer
So
that?
why should I answer that question firstly?
No one said you should, but I'm asking, are you willing to answer that question?
No, it's because you still haven't given an argument for what I'm asking.
Wait, I'm asking, are you willing to answer that
You
question?
still haven't given an argument.
Are you you're actually just dodging my questions back and forth.
I'm dodging your
You're
questions,
actually
but
dodging
your obligation is to
badly.
give an argument. Your obligation is to give an argument for the proposition that it is expected under moral realism, that's the type of view that it is expected for people to agree on some
Yeah,
proposition.
because because
It's
you would get
actually not
stance
true.
independent. Stop talking. The reason why it's expected is because you get stance independent normative properties, which are the kinds of things that tell you what to do, which don't
Yeah,
turn on any opinions,
the
desires, or
truth
beliefs.
No, the
Right?
truth makers. No, no. The truth makers for a moral proposition are stance independently true. That's irrespective of whether or not you have access to those things. Whether the access to those things is, I don't know, your intuition. Maybe you have access that way. Maybe you have access a different way. You could be a more realist about a bunch of different other methods. But it's certainly not fucking expected on moral realism that everybody were to agree about a moral quandary. Are you a fucking
I'm
idiot?
talking about the
Look,
majority. I didn't say
look,
absolutely everyone. Right? I
are
said
you?
the majority.
Yeah,
Are you
give
not
evidence for
tracking?
that. Do you have any evidence for that? Any empirical data that suggests something like
Evidence
that's
that
true?
people disagree?
No, I'm saying if realism were true, okay? Let's say realism is true. How would we collectively understand? How would we even gather the conclusion that because realism is true, people would agree on a moral quandary?
Are you asking me
More
for
people.
empirical evidence for a conditional right now, Ben? Are you that
No,
stupid?
no,
Did you just ask me
no,
if I have any empirical evidence
no,
for the conditional?
no. I'm asking you right now to give me evidence for the claim.
Evidence for what claim? The conditional or
The conditional. That's what I just
you
asked
want
Can I
you.
have some books?
you want evidence for the conditional?
Yep, that's what I asked you. Are you fucking dude? Do you